Hello, beautiful listener. Welcome to M.I.N.D series, meaningful, inspiring, non-conforming development. I am your host, Alejandra Salgado. Episode 1, Being Aligned and Present with Setareh Khatibi. Oh, I had such a wonderful conversation with her. I love her. She's such a great person to talk to. I had a very conscious and beautiful conversation with her. She is known as a social media influencer, former Nuestra Belleza Latina contestant, YouTuber, and plant-based food advocate. That is what she is known for. But she is so much more than that. She has learned what many of us struggle with, and that is being present and in tune with who we truly are. We can get so caught up in wishing instead of doing. She points out that we should live as if you already are what you aspire to be and let go of the ideas and attachments. Living others' expectations rather than yours can lead to suffering, and it is important to be accepting of who you are now. Everybody wants to be aligned, present, and happy. There are many ways to get to that place of frame, and it's important to stop limiting yourself of what you could become. You can feel the present, calm, and positive energy that Setareh expresses, and I want you to witness it yourself. I want you to reach your highest potential and to be the best that you can be. Become limitless. I hope you enjoyed this episode. Please share, comment, and subscribe. Comment or send me a message of what you think of this episode or what kind of content you would like to see that would help you to reach your best self so we can all learn and grow together, because on this journey we call life, we are constantly changing, evolving, and improving. And I hope you enjoy it. I'm sending you so much love and positive energy, and thank you so much for listening. You are beautiful.
There you go. Okay, welcome, Setareh. ¿Cómo se tu nombre? Setareh, right?
Setareh, yeah. The other day somebody was like, wait, I heard your sister on one of your Insta stories say Setareh. Why did they call you Setareh? And actually, when I was young in school, ¿quieres en inglés o en español?
Como sea, Spanglish, los dos.
Spanglish, okay. I was in school and the teachers couldn't pronounce my name. So usually when they would stop, I began to I knew that they were calling my name, right? And I would say Setareh, but they couldn't pronounce it, so they would start to call me Setareh, and it just became Setareh. And people don't know this, but on YouTube, if you look up silly Setareh, just how it sounds, I had an old YouTube channel where all I posted were comedy videos. And it's still Setareh. Pero hace 2 años me fui a Tulum. I was the host for the Tulum Vegan Festival. And these beautiful friends that I met, named Victoria and JC, when they found out, wait, so how do you really say your name? I said, Setareh. My father calls me Setareh, and my mom says Setareh, and it's a Persian name that means star in Farsi. And they're like, well, why do you present yourself as Setareh? And I stood there and I said, that's a good question. I think I kind of just allowed life to give me my name, And they're like, no, but you were named Setareh, and that's a powerful thing. Your name is very powerful. So do you like hearing Setareh? And I said, I do, but I don't want to make people uncomfortable, they can't remember it. And they're like, try it. People will never forget that name. And ever since then, I present myself as, hi, I'm Setareh. And they're like, wait, what? And it makes a conversation starter. So
yeah, definitely.
I love my name. They say that the most powerful word for humans is their name, and so it's. But I mean, if someone says it wrong, it doesn't bother me or anything. So
yeah, definitely. Yeah, it reminds me of my name. I always say Alejandra. I don't say Alejandra.
Alejandra.
I don't mind if they do, but I make an emphasis Alejandra. But anyways.
Yeah, I love that.
Yeah. So I want you to quickly kind of how would you define yourself? For me, because for everyone, you can mean different things, right? Because you do so much, right? You're for me, I feel like you're spiritual. You're a plant-based advocate. What do you define yourself?
That's a really great question, because recently I was asked, what is your essence? Okay. And I had to have a conversation about this with people, because you think but when you get asked, who are you and why are you here?
Yeah.
Some people don't know, and they'll be honest and say, I don't know, and I remember when I first answered this question not too long ago, I go to a lot of self-improvement workshops, right? And they asked us this in the beginning, and at the end we had a whole different way of saying things. And we came down to it, and I was like, okay, my essence would be, I am truth. I am playful, or play. I am, what's the other word? Basically, it was like consciousness, you know? And I had trouble with this because I'm in a new place in my life where I'm like, I'm present, and I'm all, and that is all I'm seeking, only to find out that there's nothing to seek. And I know this it may seem very, very out there, you know, but it has brought so much fulfillment in my life. And maybe if you would have asked me this 4 months ago, I would have told you I am an influencer, I'm a healer, I'm a student of life. And that's actually one of my essences that I had written down is I'm evolution. I'm constantly growing, because I think that's what we're here to do. I think when someone even asks me, what is beauty? I'm like, constant evolution. And beauty is waking up, you know, from these stories that we've created about who we think we are. And when we think we're something, we're limiting ourselves, you know? So if I say I'm a social media influencer who was on Nuestra Belleza Latina, I have a viral video because I'm known for my comedy. So I guess you could say I'm a comedic actress, that I'm a singer. And I used to work on Sábado Gigante con Don Francisco as a host, model, and as a comedic actress in his comedy series Hospital de la Risa. I do imitations. I have some that have been viewed by quite a few people where I imitate Kim Kardashian. And I am a plant-based coach. So I help people transition from to a healthier lifestyle to reverse chronic illnesses like coronary heart disease and diabetes, digestion issues, and so on, skin problems, whatever. But that's such a surface answer. You know what I mean? Because we're so much more, and we're not that at all. So.
And sometimes we get attached to those titles, right?
There you go. As long as you're like, you're not gonna like feel bad if you don't reach that level of feeling like you're that constantly, because it's a pressure. Like being a model was such a pressure for me. It created a lot of anxiety. Like it wasn't sustainable.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And so what is sustainable? And can you detach from the ideas of what you think you want? So if I say, well, I'm an actress, okay. What if I'm not working because I can't find a gig? Or what if they say it takes approximately 70 auditions before an actress actually gets a gig. And most of those gigs in the beginning are unpaid. So what makes you an actress, right? And so people have constantly asked me throughout my career, how did you do it, you know? And I was like, I lived as it constantly. So if you say that you want to be a host, okay, then what's going to happen? I don't have my cell phone, but I would grab it right now and I would be like, hey guys, I find myself right now in Echo Park in this beautiful Airbnb that I'm enjoying. The trees right now are blowing, the flowers are blooming, there's hummingbirds, it's butterfly season. You know, I would constantly be living it. So if you consider yourself, you want to be a singer when you grow up, okay, you just gotta live as though you all are already that, because you are what I don't even want to say what you think, because you're not just what you think.
Yep.
You just are more than enough as you are. When we let these ideas of what we think we want to be get in the way and we're so attached to them, later they create suffering, because if you are not that, then what are you? And most of the time we don't want to be what we are. And if I say I want to be that, that means I don't want to be where I'm at. And that's where we create a lot of turbulence for ourselves. We put ourselves in a situation where we're never, even when you're there, you want to be something else. We never want to be what we are. And that's okay. That's okay too. It's part of your process. It's part of realizing, you know, I had to go through all those things in order to finally come to a place where I realized that we're beyond that.
That perspective is really strong. How do you feel that someone can get to that point? Because I feel like that's like a work in progress, right?
I actually talked about this in my Insta stories today, because that's what everybody wants. Everybody, how can I find joy and bliss? How can I get aligned? How can I be here now? How can I be present? And there's no right way. There's no wrong way. And I sang a little piece. This is like I sang a little piece on my Insta stories today. I haven't released. It's a song that recently came to me.
Yes.
And there's a little part and it goes, there's no wrong way. There's no right way. There's no wrong way. There's just way.
I love it.
But the point is, there are limitless amounts of ways of getting to that place of freeing yourself from limiting yourself of what you think you are or should be.
Yeah.
And it's natural to be in this place when we live in a society and we grow up, and the things that are planted to us are that you need to be a doctor when you grow up, or you need to find someone that's gonna maintain you. And it's hard to break through that because it's been planted in you since you're little, and there's such a natural want to be a part of, to find people and have them like you and accept you, and you feel you need that to feel complete, when in the end we are complete.
We're already complete how we are now.
Yeah, same in relationships. You don't look for someone to complete you. No one is your other half. You are complete on your own. You can be complemented by someone, but as long as you are attached to the idea of what a relationship should do, be, or fulfill, you are constantly going to be limiting yourself and constantly going to be putting yourself in a situation where you will be disappointed.
Yeah, definitely.
And no one possesses anyone, you know.
I feel like us as your followers, we've been able to see you grow, even though I always viewed you as a positive person. But seeing your transition from like Santa Monica and you went to Tulum, Mexico,
there has been a profound change.
In one word, how would you describe that transition? Because I feel like since you were plant-based and always positive energy, you were already in a positive place. But how would you describe that transition now that you like been going through all these different, retreats and talks and like
it's just
getting to yourself?
It's just conscious. Being conscious, like being aware, being awake. It's just merely learning to be present. And when you do the things that help you be here now, I have no words. What the possibilities are. You truly become limitless. Because you realize that everything that you're seeing and living, you're creating it. And I recently had an experience where I relived a traumatic experience in my past. So some people know the story of Setareh, which is I had sexual abuse in my past. I lived in a family where there was domestic violence and psychological abuse. And I've lived in a car before. But they're stories, and they were all necessary to help wake you up. They're all there to expand your consciousness if you're open to them. And as long as you victimize yourself and say, no, but this happened to me, you're going to stay there. You're going to stay there. And it doesn't matter if I'm in a 5-star hotel or I'm in the back room of a guest house in the middle of, I don't know, the worst city that you think exists. The reason why people are like, wow, how do you do that? It's because I see them as the same. I can be in El Bosque in a little hut and be just as in awe and eager as I am when I'm in a 5-star hotel, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah, definitely.
Because there's paradise everywhere.
Yeah, I feel like a lot of people, or even me sometimes, sometimes we get so stuck in the opinions of others and the fears that we have in our heads, in
our own
society, in our own thoughts. And
so how do you get there? Okay, so here's the ways that took me there. Okay, but there's infinite ways, and you just got to find your own. Okay, one big one is meditation. I don't care if it's for 1 minute, 3 minutes. The point is to quiet your mind. The point is to get those little voices to just chill. because they're nonstop. They're like a computer screen. And guess what? Even your computer needs to be turned off because it'll burn out. And that's what will happen to us. This is why we get anxiety. This is why we get depression. This is why we are led to a lot of other issues, stress, which causes a lot of pain in our body and even leads us to cancer, you know? So how can we get there? For me, it was meditation. And it could be as simple as learning just to focus on your breath, okay? 1 minute, 3 minutes, just take a breath, okay? Just focus on being here now, okay? That means like feel what your body feels like. And so for most of us, this means closing your eyes and feeling what it feels like for you to take a deep breath. And sometimes this means when you get a little more advanced, more comfortable with just that, you can start speaking to your body, okay? How do you do this? You start from the top and you go down, right? So you start to ask your scalp, are you relaxed? You know, and if you're not, then you relax it. And then you go to the next part, and that's your forehead. Is your forehead relaxed? You'll start to notice that, oh my God, you were like this the whole time. And you start to relax more. How much can you melt, right? And what's really cool about this is it like focuses you to one thing versus like, oh, what am I going to do tomorrow? Oh my God, how am I going to pay my bill? Oh my God, I haven't done my homework. Oh, my mom is so mad at me. What am I going to do? Oh, my car doesn't, you know, it's just so many things. And then you just feel paralyzed and you can't feel free. You can't be yourself when you're like that. Mm-hmm. And I'm not saying that we don't have certain circumstances, but the moment you start to realize that those circumstances are not you, mm-hmm. but your state of being.
Your state of being, yeah.
Things will start to shift.
Yeah.
I promise.
That's amazing. That's
but
powerful.
How do you do that? So you got to learn, you got to find your way. Okay, meditation was one. One is going into nature and observing nature, putting your feet in the ground and really feeling what it feels like to be outside. You look at a bird, you look at an animal, you look at an insect, you look at a butterfly, you look at a plant, you just stare at it, okay? Just watch it.
Watch it, yeah.
Because we are that, okay? So it's effortless. Mm-hmm. It is just being. Okay, it sounds very philosophical, but
it's true.
We are that.
We're living a busy life.
It is a part of us.
To be present, yeah.
So there's a lot to learn from it. I mean, if you believe in God or the universe, whatever you believe in, nothing at all, you can't deny that everything around us that comes from the earth is alive.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
And if you believe that everything is a reflection of you, there's stuff to learn in everything that occurs in your life and all the people that come into your life, and especially the ones that give you a hard time. Wow. That's where the magic is. So coming back home has been a true test. Anybody can go be Gandhi and Tulum or whatever peak mountain, but can you do it while you're on the 405 freeway and someone's like flipping you off on the freeway and then someone's calling you and then you're in the middle of your family and there's drama going on? Can you maintain that peace?
That is a challenge. Yeah.
Can you maintain that peace there? Mm-hmm. And finding your passion, okay? Like doing the things that you really love to do. There's so much magic in that. You know, a lot of us know the talents, the gifts that we've been given, okay? So for me, it's been my voice. It's been singing. Mm-hmm. At the moment, it changes, and you have the right to change, okay?
Yeah, you have the right to
you don't have to stick to one thing, and going in 100% on that, going all in on that, and it's just an expression of love, you know, from God, from the universe, whatever it is that you believe in. So when I sing, this happens. This happens to me. There's just something vibrates to the next degree that is unexplainable. I can't even express it with words, and that's why sometimes I can't express myself. And magic happens, like da 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 da. Just a hat disappeared on my head. Magic happens. I believe in magic.
Oh yeah, I believe
because I've experienced some pretty magical things in my life, and it's only been because I decided to see it that way. Yeah. I decided, you know what, that's going to be my reality. Magic is constantly happening in my life.
That is,
and that's what I experience every day.
Yeah.
And miracles happen every day. It's not just un día hubo un milagro en mi vida. No, constantemente están sucediendo los milagros.
Every day waking up is a miracle. Yeah.
Ay, sí, qué rico, qué bendición.
Yeah, well, thank you for your, siempre te lo voy a decir, every time I see you, your energy, like, it just radiates. Like, I'm being serious.
Thank you.
Radiate it, I feel it, I love it. So really quickly, let the audience know where they can find you, like, on social media. What are your next projects?
When you close your eyes and you take a deep breath, you can find me there. Seriously, you guys, I listen all I know is #oneness. Like, this is what we are. We're here to constantly remind ourselves of what we are. We're here to wake each other up because we're constantly falling asleep and getting lost in the ideas of the way things should be and the way things are. And it isn't true. We're here to seek, we're here to find, as better said, the truth. And we're constantly seeing the signs are everywhere. And you can find me if you want to find me. You can find me on Instagram. I'm very passionate about Instagram. I love Instagram so much. Setareh Khatibi. So I'm sure you're going to link them something because I know it's not easy to spell out.
To spell out, yeah.
Setareh Khatibi. You can find me on YouTube under Setareh. I'm in the process of I'm in the process of wanting to be more consistent on YouTube because I feel I have so much to constantly express, but right now I invest a lot of time. I've been traveling a lot and I'm investing a lot of time on my personal growth and healing. And so I haven't been able to do that, but on Instagram, I'm the Insta story queen. I love Insta stories.
And we love your stories, so keep
thank you. And you can find me on Facebook también, Setareh Khatibi. So yeah, that's where you can find me. And thank you so much for asking me these questions because as you asked me, I learned from myself too, because we all have that inner wisdom in us. Sometimes it just takes the right question or sometimes it takes the right person to put you on the spot, so I thank you so much for sharing this experience with me.
No problem. All right. Thank you.
Thanks so much.